Good morning. There's a story in Baha'i history that I find fascinating. I'm going to read it from Mr. Bayuzi's book, Baha'u'llah, King of Glory, page 78. Baha'u'llah was on the way to the Siyachal for imprisonment following the attempt on the life of the Shah. Bayuzi says, among the crowd which hurled abuse at Baha'u'llah and pelted him with stones was an old woman. She stepped forward with a stone in her hand to strike at him. Although frenzied with rage, her steps were too weak for the pace of the procession. "Give me a chance to fling my stone in his face," she pleaded with the guard. Baha'u'llah turned to them and said, "Suffer not this woman to be disappointed. Deny her not what she regards as a meritorious act in the sight of God." Now, we're often told that this is a sign of the great compassion that Baha'u'llah felt for others. But I have another question. Did she ever throw the stone? We don't actually know. It's never mentioned in the story. The story ends with Baha'u'llah's statement. And I think that's part of the point, because it doesn't matter whether she threw the stone or not. The important lesson here is that Baha'u'llah honored her free will. And I think that's a lesson that we need to remember. People have freedom of choice. And this woman, she had the opportunity to throw the stone, or maybe she didn't. But the important thing is that he allowed her that choice, even at the expense of his own pain, because this is how people learn. She either learned compassion herself by hearing Baha'u'llah's words, or the corruption and malice in her heart was fully exposed by her throwing the stone, and thus she could learn the spiritual lesson later through her feelings of guilt and remorse. I think it's important to allow people this freedom of choice, even if it's not a choice that we would make.